Hey guys, welcome back and happy new year. It is officially 2021 and we have rugby on the second day of the year. The Sharks versus the Griquas. It is at the same time of the game between the Cheetahs versus the Western Province. So I don't know how you want to watch it. Maybe catch up or watch it on two screens. That's what I'm going to try and do. I'll see if it works. It's an important game for the Sharks to rectify their season so far. If you go look on the log, if they can get a bonus point victory here, they will be launched into second place. That's if the Lions can't say something about that versus the Pumas and the Western Province. They're playing against the Cheetahs. So the Sharks, they need to win this one if they want to stay in that top four of the log. If you go into the recent season so far between these two sides, the Sharks, last time they won by 1 point against the Griquas in a try-fest. It was 34-33, very close. The Griquas almost got a upset over there in Kimberley last time out. The Griquas, unfortunately, 0 out of 9 so far this season. The last time out, they lost by 17 points against the Western Province. The Sharks, though, they are on a 2-point losing streak so far. 15 points to the Lions, then 27 points to the Cheetahs, and they got an intercept try there, so probably should have been more in that game. So they just were a no-show last week in that game against the Cheetahs. Going into this specific game, the history is actually quite even as well. Light rain is expected, which will probably be in the favor of the Sharks because the Griquas, they are used to a dry ball over in Kimberley. When we go into the two sides, the Sharks have made a lot of changes, and understandably so because they have struggled in these last two games. The Griquas only one change in their game, in their side that lost to the Western Province. Up front, the Sharks made changes to number 3 and 2. Mbata comes in. Kumbarai is number 3. Kumbarai, I think he struggled in these last two games coming off the bench. He did start the other one as well, and he was subbed very early as well. This is a good game for him to try and prove himself, but he is up against Beerwinkel, and he has been scrumming really well for the Griquas. Probably one of their best scrummages so far. Oxenchair, he was under a bit of pressure last week from the Cheetahs front row. So the front row of Beerwinkel, Van Rooyen and Jenkinson will try and do the same as the Cheetahs did last week. In number 4, both teams made changes with Evan Kutsia coming in and JJ van der Mesht. That is probably improving for both sides. The line-out time did struggle for the Sharks as well last week, so that's probably one of their better combinations. I will probably still have started Hiron Andrews at number 4 for the Sharks because he's probably their best lock at the moment. Lindsay, he continues at number 5 for the Griquas. When you get to the flankers for both sides, it's mostly unchanged, except for Bolly coming in at number 7. Henko Venter moving to number 6, meaning Richardson is out. He's on the bench. He's probably one of the guys that really steals the ball at breakdown time for them. I don't know how much of a threat they're going to be on breakdown time now without him. I don't know. Maybe Norche is the guy then to look for to get the ball from the Griquas in this situation. Gideon van der Merwe, he's also been brilliant at breakdown time. Stefan Willemse at number 7, and then Momsen at number 8. When you get to the number 9, Zach Burger, one of the in-form number 9s in South Africa at the moment, really playing well. Last week we saw him without his mullet, so let's see if he continues in good form without his cape behind him. Then you get Jaden Hendricks, also in good form. Nohamba, I think he's been out of form in a couple of weeks now. Hendricks, when he came in, it did look a little bit better in that one game, but then last week he started as well. And yeah, we know what happened last week against the Cheetahs. Cohen Bosch at number 10 versus Tinus de Beer, who's been playing really well. Both of these two number 10s, Cohen Bosch and Tinus de Beer, both of them have the ability to slot over a lot of kicks in this one. Bosch, especially with those long ranges. We have to look out for penalties in this game, especially because it's going to be a slippery ball probably in this one as well. Andre Swartz versus Jeremy Ward. It's two smaller number 12, so two movable ones, probably going to try and play a running game. And Klaasen versus each other in the number 13s. Isn't in the best form at the moment, probably still trying to find it. Then you get Werner Kok at number 14, who just didn't get any ball last weekend at number 14. Penke at number 11. He's been in good form so far this season. Last 2 weeks, not so much. Kieter and Brandt, both of them in good form, especially Kieter. He has a knack of scoring tries in every single game. I think he's the top try scorer at the moment. Very good try scorer there. Fassi and then Verity Am at number 15. Fassi, he's still finding his form. Last week, he came on early for Mani Lubbock, who was injured. He didn't have the best game. He had a couple of mistakes, a couple of weak kicks, but that's expected after coming back from an injury. Verity Am, he's been in good form. He's announced himself to South Africa this year. On the benches, it's also a lot of changes for the Sharks. Dan Jooste, probably their best hooker they do have, is on the bench. Andrew Jacobs and Mona, it's two inexperienced props that can come on for them. Up against Mkoli and Visser, both of them scrumming well, especially Mox Mkoli. He's been scrumming really well. CJ Conradi, don't know too much of him at number 16. Don't know how he's going to throw in. At number 19, it's Aston Fortuin, also still inexperienced, versus Audrey Smith, very experienced for the Griquas. Dylan Richardson, like I said, he can bring that breakdown power for them. Nohamba at number 9 can bring some speed to the game. Lobok probably going to slot in at number 10, considering Anthony Fulmick, the ex-Griqua player, is probably going to play at number 15. The only guy that you can really look out for, Franke at the Griquas, he's going to bring some hard hits. He can really tackle very hard, that guy at the inside center. Guys, if you predict this one, you will probably tend to go with a big prediction to the Sharks. I do think this Griquas side isn't bad. I think they can do something. I say the Sharks will win this one by 10 points. You can maybe let me know if you think it's going to be a bigger prediction. Let me know down in the comments below. Check out these videos next to me. Remember to hit the subscribe button if you do like the channel. And then I'll see you for the next one. Cheers.